Charlie, Larry.
It's just
some small goals. We talk about some.
This guy's crazy.
I was so
Sulia.
Hello, guys. You're welcome back to the Sulia Show. My name is Larry Gazy. On my right in the Ghana jersey, we have
Zulu God.
on the left we have Joseph,
Team Jersey.
aka Joe Lord. Today we're going to have a quick debate, a relatable debate. We are going to speak about the Premier League versus the Champions League. Which one is more difficult to win? Our panelists or pundits, Zoo and Joe Lord would touch on why they think Champions League or Premier League is more difficult. They have 3 minutes to make their point, and then their opponent will make a rebuttal for 1 minute. So stick with us. This is going to be fun. Zoo, who do you stand with?
Me and for the Premier League, Charlie. Hardest football competition in the world.
Why? Make your first point, bro.
Boom. The Premier League is 38 games long. And how many months? From August to May. It's long, bro. It's long. And at this point, where we've gotten to, maybe back in the day, maybe you could say that Champions League was harder. But now, this Premier League 2026 is hard. Every game is difficult. If you're a top team, some people can't relate, but if you're a top team, high quality team, world class team, every match is a. By the end of the match, when you look at the players, they are tired. It's like they're good. It's like the hardest Champions League games. It's like a normal Premier League game because now everybody's good. You can't go to like you used to have like these dead rubber games. Like you know that you say this guy there, you go in 4-0. Oh, this guy there, you go score them 3-0. Now maybe Spurs. Apart from Spurs, you can lose any game. So for me, the Premier League is just hard. It's long. It's physical. It's going through now. It's also very rare to see players play every game of the season, every minute of the season. Now it's like 1 or 2, and it's mostly keepers. Outfield players don't get to do that because it's too physical. It's too taxing. So for me, I think the Premier League is harder by far. That's my first point, because it's so long and it's so physical. So yeah.
Jolo, do you have anything to say to him about that?
This guy is funny. The Premier League is very long, yes, but that's exactly why it's easier to win than the Champions League. Why? You might ask. Panel of judges. Yo, we have a chance to come back. Look at Man City. Earlier in the season, Arsenal was so far ahead. We thought that the Premier League was over. And Arsenal, even Man U at some point, mathematically thought they had a chance when this year to win the Premier League. It looks like Man City is going to win the Premier League, even though Arsenal had such a big gap. So just to rebuttal or rebuke, what he said, it gives you enough time to catch up. Yes, it's long. Yes, every team is good, but you can develop strategies. Let's say you look at your next 5 round of matches, you say, okay, this game, like your exams, you go count the marks, 5, 4, 3, 15/20, I'll pass. So just like you would watch this game, where I can win this game, home, we can win. Away, it will be tricky. Maybe here 1. We'll go and defend. We'll get a point. We'll go. You see, there's enough time to plan. But Champions League, even now, at least they've tried small with this league phase. But we've seen that the league phase, right, doesn't mean anything. When you qualify to the next round, you still have a good chance of getting anywhere. So the league being long actually gives everybody a chance to come back, even though you mess up. But Champions League, there's not that much time. Even the league, this one is 8 matches. If you lose 3, you see yourself struggling. We saw the first season PSG and stuff struggling to barely, or even Real Madrid barely just make it in to the thing. So
that's a good rebuttal. Zoo, I'm going to ask you a question to chew on while I
chew on it.
Make Joe Lord make his main point, and that you said all the teams in Premier League now they play, but honestly, isn't Champions League the best of the best from every country?
It's not, because the quality in the Premier League. I mean, yes, on paper that's what it is. But you have Pafos and Kairat, Almaty, and Tottenham, and things are all in the Premier League. It's in the Champions League. But in the Premier League, if you look at the teams in Europe, right? In the Champions League, Arsenal is in the semi-finals. In the Europa League, who's it? The Villa are there. In the Conference League, Palace are in the semi-final. Like for the last 3, 4, 5 years, the Premier League teams tend to do the best because they have so much resources, so much talent available, so much. Like other people cannot compete.
All right.
Palace can beat AC Milan.
Okay, stay on there. You say Palace go fit beat AC.
Well, you see, it's very interesting.
It's a very value.
Jolo, you need to make your first point.
My first point is that the Champions League is the hardest to win because there's a very big barrier to even enter the competition. Even there were years that when you finish there, you get relegated to a different Europa League or whatever. Like, to be able to play in the Champions League, you have to either win. Okay, let me not say win. You have to be finishing in the very high side of this your very tough Champions League, Premier League or La Liga or whatever have you. It's only now that they've opened Premier League's thing to the field because of this coefficient that we've already talked about. It's weird, but you know, you have to. The best teams come. Maybe this year they are not the best, but last year they had to be the best or one of the best to qualify. You get me? So the Champions League is definitely harder. Like the competition is already. Zoo is talking about how every team has money and whatever to play, but at this point, everybody here is based on merit. Whether you're Paphos Almighty or Kyrios Almighty or Kyrios Almighty, because even those teams, their qualification process is way more grim. They start playing Champions League in like August or thank you, in like August or fucking June, July sometimes. Like the qualification is so hard to finally get to the Champions League finals, and now they have a league phase and all that, so it's very hard. Like the level of the quality of opponent is always hard, and I mean, need I say more?
Okay, barrier to entry is your main point. Zoo, what is your rebuttal for that?
My rebuttal is, if you're talking about that the barriers, I understand the barrier to entry is high, but we're talking about teams that can win the Champions League. Realistically, it's about 8, maybe 10. At the beginning of the season, only 10 teams that you're looking at. You're not looking at.
That's the same
you
for the Premier League.
Look at. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. You not look at the list and say, oh, I think Paphos can cause an upset here. And
Well,
they can
Paphos
win
didn't
the
do
Champions
so.
League.
Or David
That's an
Luiz.
example. Okay, I think Spurs can. Maybe they can win the Champions.
They did go to the final.
They didn't win.
They almost won.
Or they didn't. So that's
were in
my
the
point.
final.
So it's like in the same with the Premier League, you will not look at the list and say, this season maybe Wolves could feel. No, you will never do that. So realistically, it's just a few teams that I don't care if Paphos have to fight a dragon to get to the Champions League. They are not coming to win. So you can't be using them to say that because the Champions League is hard.
Well, I think Paphos is the bad example here. This season, what team was that did very well? Can you remind me?
In the Champions League.
Yes.
Bodo Glimt.
There we go. Bodo Glimt took every team all the way. It's just the last game that at the end of the
They made it to
game.
the round of 16.
Well, it wasn't no mere feat because they were about to qualify to the next stage when they just capitulated at the end of the second leg of the last game and it ended 4-0 or whatever. But they were like they did very well the whole time and got there. Like,
so your point is meaning that it's easy.
not that it's easy.
Because how did they get that far?
Because they did well. They had to play their all. By the end, they were found out, obviously. They were found out in the end. But it wasn't because, like, to be able to do that, they did very well. Like, so, I'm just trying to say that not every team is a pushover. Like, even Paphos this year scored, I don't remember who it was, but they got some good results. With David Luiz winning man of the match and all that, I remember. Because I edited some videos.
Zoo, your secondary points, bro.
So are we scoring it or?
No, the judge will be the comment
viewers.
section. Yes.
Yeah, no, I will go comment.
So I said the viewers. My second point is back to the money and the quality. For the last maybe 10 years, the Premier League has been the highest spending league in the world. And because of that, they're able to attract the best talent in the world. So you can see teams like back to the relegation zone. Spurs, who have players like Xavi Simons. That's like let's think back to who Xavi Simons was. the Barca youngster.
I mean, I
everybody's
don't
like,
think Spurs is good, but they are not meant to be there. But there they are. But here we go.
I don't get what you mean.
They are not meant to be down there.
But they are there.
So here we go.
Spurs have Simmons, Madison, Kulusevski, Solanke.
They've all been heads.
Very good players, but they are down there. Even if you look at a team like who else is down there? Nottingham Forest. Very good players. Wolves, very good. Like these are international players. Like they play. Some of them are going to the World Cup. They'll be relegated, but they're going to the World Cup. Very crazy. So now there's no match that you can just say. Again, besides Spurs, there's no match that you can just say that okay, this match take Spurs and Burnley.
Are you sure? May I play FPL? Like sometimes when you are trying to pick players, you look at the people they are playing, you say, "Oh, this team there.
Yes,
I know that this guy will score. Not that they will even win the match.
But that's in every. There are some players like Haaland. During Haaland, 9 times out of 10, he's going to score.
No,
Doesn't matter
against
who
some
he plays.
teams. Like let's say if Everton are going to play Wolves, I'll be like, let me pick this. Not Beto, that new guy who was what's his name? Barry. Let me pick Barry. Barry will score because for whatever team.
Okay, so Zoo, finish your point.
It's the same. I mean, I can say the same in the Champions League. If Mbappe is playing and he's playing against
But Mbappe, there anybody?
exactly.
No, you forgive me some real players.
Sure, curious. If Arsenal is playing Paphos and you were doing fantasy, I think I'll,
Today, Paphos, bro.
Anyway,
Like, you know what? I might want to pick this guy because I know that
Joker
there'll be a
is-
lot of chances.
I think there's some bets going on here, just by the side. Joker is
It's going.
okay.
So yeah, my point is there's so much quality in the Premier League. Every team is stacked. Every team has players that. If you look at some of the players that teams like Bournemouth and Newcastle and these guys are able to sign, they're able to go and sign some of the best players from the Serie A, from La Liga, from the Eredivisie. Like they are signing the best players from other leagues to come and play mid-table. That's crazy. People are leaving Champions
But
League
how does that make it
teams
better than the Champions
because
League?
there's more quality on play. So every game is now difficult. There's no
But
like
they
you're not
still
playing
don't do
against
well.
scrubs
I don't
anymore.
know. The team still don't do well.
They do
Anyway,
well
you
enough.
finish it.
They do well enough. I mean, sorry to use Liverpool as an example, but if you like, you guys have played against some kind of teams where ordinarily you should be beating them.
Just like Arsenal.
Yes, ordinarily you should be beating them, but you know they're gonna like they're actually good. You watch the match and be like, these guys actually play very well. When you watch Bournemouth, this is not a team that should be level with Chelsea on points.
But I don't think that. I mean, I shouldn't be rebutting now, but I don't think that doesn't have in the Champions League.
No,
Like
you
the
can-
Champions
you
League,
can-
if you slack, they'll score you. Like anybody will score you out of anything. Just like in the Premier League, if you slack, it's not. The Arsenal is definitely better than Wolves, but Arsenal needed to win more than anything, and Wolves did not lose that game just because they wanted it more on the day. Than it's not that they were better than
That's
Arsenal;
what
they
I'm
have
saying.
better players, but
That's my point. That's it's just
But
harder
that
to-
happens in the
there's
Champions
be-
League too.
No, it's rare.
Bodo
Champions
Glimt
League is
beat
rare.
some very
But
good
Bodo
teams.
Glimt are not pushovers like that. Like
Exactly.
so,
The
my
quality
point
is high.
the pushovers, so-called pushovers in the Premier League. I don't even want to be.
Honestly, I
saying
think
too
you're
much, but
really-
if you put Wolves in the Champions League, I feel like they will not be last in
I
on
think
that
they will
league
be
phase.
last.
I don't think we'll not.
Wait, too. Your first
So
point, and
this is your
second
rebuttal.
point. What's the difference?
First point is that it's long.
Uh-huh.
30 games is physically
No one
taxing.
there. We saw that.
Second point
No one
is
there.
that there's a lot of quality in the
Investment.
league, there's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money, and so as a result, a lot of quality. It's the most
So they get the
It's a-
money
it's a
mainly
league.
from these sponsors. No, TV rights.
TV
right?
rights
And obviously the tickets and all that.
all those things.
It's just richer. The richest league in the
richest
world.
league in the world, as they call it.
You think
yes.
that makes it more difficult to win?
No.
Okay, so before Joe Lord carries on with his rebuttal, I just have one question. You're an Arsenal fan, one of the oldest clubs in the world. And the Champions League is seemingly easier to win than the Premier League. And yet you have never won the Champions League. And you have been closer to winning the Premier League more times than you have been
years
closer
ago.
to win the Champions League. Why is that so then?
Because you see, the thing about the Champions League is I get Joel's point, but the Champions League, I think there's a lot of luck involved a lot of the time. I think Arsenal generally are just an unlucky club. Always been. You can have
Charlie, Larry,
it's just
some small goals. Zuli talk about some.
That's crazy.
I was so worried.
A mouse pass.
I raised my leg and sense.
Hey, look.
I was so worried.
You're crazy for
Like,
this
bro, I
one.
was so worried.
Superstition.
No, it's not a superstition. I mean, obviously, like they say, you create your own luck, but generally, you cannot say there's no luck in sports. Like, you have to.
Obviously, but you have to make your own luck in football. Mainly,
Yes.
like you have to be in a position to be lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You have
that's
to
not
create your
in that position. But you have to be prepared for that. Like people don't get lucky just because a shooting star pass or
Anyway,
they
so
went to see somebody at the back there.
another reason why Arsenal have not won the Champions League in a while, you have to first of all you have to get to the Champions League,
Yes.
and through the Premier League, how do you get the Champions League through the Premier League?
Finish top 4
And
or
Arsenal
5.
were
Top 5.
unable, even with all the players like Aubameyang, Lacazette.
Nah, but I finished
They had-
second 4 times in a row.
Thank you, fam.
You know what's coming now. They had all these players, and still with all that quality, Mkhitaryan and all sorts of players, were unable to qualify for the Champions League for like 5 years.
But they couldn't even win the Europa League.
I don't understand.
Like, okay, if that, I don't know what the point was, but
The point
okay,
is that
they couldn't.
if it was the Premier League was easier,
It'll make it
will-
entering and qualifying.
will be. You understand? Like it's easier.
And that isn't that
The English is
credit
not
to the
coming.
Champions League
that
then.
there's a high
No.
barrier to entry.
I
Yeah.
don't
If
think
you
there's-
are not
there's no-
because
there's
you
not
can't
a high
before
barrier
you
to
even
entry.
win,
No.
you have to
So you have to
qualify.
qualify.
But and it's
Growing league
difficult to
So it's
qualify.
the Champions League, the
It's
League of
difficult-
Leagues.
Look,
Yes.
it's
Isn't
difficult
that
to
what it
qualify.
is?
Thank
Look,
you.
if the
Thank
Premier
you,
League was that
moderator.
easy to qualify, the Champions League was that easy to qualify for, right? Because it means the Premier League is easy. But
Hey,
sorry,
this one
but
there.
Chelsea and Liverpool, there's a great danger that you don't even get to the Champions League next season, and Bournemouth, Villa, and some of these other guys will go there ahead of you.
Merited.
Of course, it's merited.
Yes.
That one day is merited, but it's because the league is so hard.
Zoo.
If it was such a pushover, you guys have the best play. Like Liverpool has the best, Chelsea has the best young players in the world. Liverpool has
Thank you for.
the Liverpool has the best squad in the league. But you're not going to the Champions League.
We are going to the
Or
Champions
you may
League.
not. Let's
Okay,
see. You
thank
may
you.
not. So
I don't get your
if
point
it
there,
was that
but
easy, if the Premier League was that easy, it would be
Okay, Leicester won the
given.
Premier League. Was the best team in the Premier League for that year. How far did they go
quarterfinal.
to the Champions League?
Quarterfinal.
quarterfinal. No,
Yes.
quarterfinal. Yes.
The next season, they went to quarterfinal.
Yeah. No, you don't understand. I was like, what's he going
They went to be skillers. That's what he's doing. They went to be
It's not
skillers.
Malaga or Sociedad.
Exactly. Killers.
No, come on, bro. This no, that's not a
They
killer.
found Leicester, bro. You the Premier League, you try, but please.
But okay, so let me give you another example. Porto also won the Champions
They
League.
did
have
very
this
well.
once
It was
in a
in
while-
Mourinho.
Once
No,
in
I-
a while,
Porto
someone-
with
that's
that
really
era
good.
was one of the best clubs in the world.
They don't know any best.
And they won their league.
don't
No,
know.
F4
What did
3.
they do before and after?
They won their league.
They
I
won
mean,
the
they
Europa.
Mourinho left.
They won the league 3 years in a row.
But no, what did they do in the Champions League?
Because everybody came to buy their players.
And Mourinho
After-
left
before that
before.
season, what did they do?
Oh,
They
they
won
were
the league.
slowly building up to it.
They won the
And
league.
even that season, to Monaco were in the semi-final.
They won. They were in the final. It was Monaco with Sport. Patrice Evra played in the
Yes,
league.
Monaco was in the final. Yes.
No, but that season they were very good. That's how it happened. Like Monaco, this 2017 team with the what's that guy? His name? No,
Bernardo.
no, the one who went to Chelsea. Bakayo.
Jolo, do you have any clear rebuttal before you make your next point?
So what exactly?
What he said, the second point, because we are still on that one,
Hey, wow, really? Okay, yeah.
Oh, we left that one. You asked him a question.
which
Oh.
was a general.
Basically,
The
my point is
money.
more money, so more quality.
The money means quality, but when you look at it, as you said earlier, when you look at it, see whether who was bought Messi or we know that actually there was a yeah. Like it's wrong, bro. Like they will try, but maybe if they try Europa League, if they try they go Europa. Like I don't like it. It doesn't have
Who's try
Yeah.
go Europa? Why?
because maybe that season they made all the right investments.
But how?
And let me even make this point. Look at Liverpool. I'll use myself. We had all the money in the world. We bought. How did that help us?
Because the Premier League is hard.
No.
You
The
can't
people who got it.
and win the league.
Yeah, so then what does the money have to do with anything?
Because the quality is there's too much quality.
So me, I have more money than
You
everybody.
spend 250 million and still lost to Fulham.
So it's not about the money.
Because it's about the money leads to better quality.
So, but I can have money.
If you compare, for example, let's compare the Premier League. So let's say, we're not talking about La Liga, but let's compare to La Liga, for example. The 10th place team in the La Liga and 10th place in the Premier League, they are worlds apart.
Are you sure?
Financially,
Yes.
yeah.
Financially, okay.
Even like bro, Bournemouth.
But if they can play
teams
together,
like Bournemouth and Newcastle are outspending AC Milan, Inter Milan. Like they have more money than these guys. That's where
that one they are getting. As for the money, they are getting. As for, but
they're
I'm
using money
saying,
to
does it
buy
really
quality
transfer?
players.
Does it really transfer to the thing?
Yes, the league
Like,
is harder.
no, I'm just saying, like, having money doesn't
was it
automatically mean you.
Was it
will be
Vitinha
good.
that was at Wolves?
Yes, he was a host.
Like imagine I'm coming to play football. Like we were just talking about Vitinha off camera. I'm coming to play football a random Saturday in the Premier League, 12:30 kickoff,
Yes.
and I'm playing against Vitinha.
I get it.
What's
Even James Rodriguez came to Everton. Like,
Like,
we have it there, but
yeah.
did it really help Everton? Did it really
They
help
had-
Wolves?
Yes, it did. They had Carlo Ancelotti.
And
And
all-
the quality is there, but you still have to make it happen. But there's still more.
Man, I
quality.
just don't think money alone. Because Leicester City, when they spend so much money, let's not even say players, on the training facility, the best training facility you can ever see. But still, they are going to relegation in the championship.
Yeah,
The money is good, but okay, it's how you spend the money. You need
Yes,
a plan.
I know, but
You
that's-
need normal football
Of course,
knowledge.
but
It's not really
So
about
it's just saying
money.
it's a contributing factor.
It
It's
still
not.
leads to better
Yeah.
quality on the pitch.
Yeah.
No matter
But I'm
what.
just saying,
Bro,
I
compared
get
to Premier
that.
League 15 years ago, I don't even want to mention names, but no disrespect to Mark Noble and things, but
Who was a legend?
yes, he's a legend.
Yes,
He's a legend, but
So an actual bad player, bro.
I get where you come with that. Like, so, yeah.
like with those kind of guys,
Yeah.
be legend.
So those kind of
They're
guys
some of the
will
best
be
players
there.
in the league.
Gareth Barry.
Gareth Barry and like bro,
So those
Gareth
guys
Barry in-
don't
if Gareth
get
Barry
it. But a lot of
was
players like that. Man. Oh,
Gareth Barry in 2020, nobody's buying that guy.
Don't do that. Guy Rai is a legend, bro. Stop.
Oh no,
guess
they're
some
legends
players
though,
like
but
that.
today.
No, there's to go. That Guy Rai. Guy
we
Rai
have
is like.
players like that.
He's
Like Welbeck.
Gareth
He's a
Barry
good player.
is in that class where you mention players like maybe Carrick.
Yeah.
Gareth Barry be legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never in your life.
Oh,
see that
shut up.
again.
No, not let's say, not like
He's better like that class where you're considering.
Just because he's English or what?
no, because he
right,
played for
right.
so long and he always played well
But
and he
you
was
get it,
never
but
bad.
okay, Matt Jarvis. Let's use Matt Jarvis. Do you know Matt
Of
Jarvis?
course I know. Man.
That guy.
He
Something
was in Villa. Is it
You
Villa?
remember more from Wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Agbola. That's where we should
Yeah,
start.
Akbalaho and like some kind
But
of
you
guys.
guys, those guys were good players, so, bro.
No. Let's be serious.
No,
They were good
Akbalaho-
players.
So which players
They were
are there
the best-
now?
they were some
So
of the
which
best
strike-
players around.
So which players are so good now that you are shooting on these guys? Look at the strikers with
They
the.
had these guys. Villa had Akbalaho back in the day. Today they have Oli Watkins. Like there's a
But
difference.
someone to go watch Watkins is something.
Okay, you guys are now breaking the rules of the debate.
Sorry.
Dear Lord, make your second
Oh
point.
yes, I was just rebutting that money alone. Money is good, yes, but it's not enough to
Money
make
needs to
yourself.
put quality on the pitch. That's all. That's
Not
what
automatically.
It does automatically.
Anyway, my next point. Yeah, I had notes.
Hey, serious. Yeah, I should have had notes.
Nah, I'm not above that second point. Third point.
It's not serious.
Only the second point. Surely after saying I made notes. But yeah, the other point I want to make is that my second point is the killer one. I'll see you for that. That the away days are sometimes very far and they are not considered. Like nobody, you can have a game, let's say Sunday, that's extreme, but let's say Sunday, Wednesday, you for fly go the other side of Europe to play some game against somebody at their home. They just played, they are ready, maybe they played an away game, but it's not that far. You now have to go and train in some place, they speak the language, all those things matter, So by the time the match comes, maybe let's say you even use 2% of your mind to think about this place be sound strange, and it gives the other team the mental edge. And this is this happens all over the season, from the group stage to and the league comes into play. They have league games. Some leagues consider, like La Liga, let's say if they have a big game semi-final, they'll say that okay, we'll make your match very early, maybe Friday night, then you can go and play your match. But Premier League, they don't care. You can play. Klopp famously used to complain all the time that we will get a match. Champions League Wednesday, 1 week we can't play league. Saturday 11:30. What's up? We've just played Wednesday, and all of that. So the games are very not just hard but mentally tasking as well because of all this trouble. And I know Zoo has something to say, but sometimes these are international, like actual international flights. And you know when they go on international break and they're coming back, they're always like, Charlie, this guy just came from. Imagine if the whole team came from Charlie. Kira to Amati side and Papos. It's not today Papos there, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. In the Premier League, the farthest you go is, let's say you play in Newcastle and you have to go all the way down to Brighton or play to play.
Please do.
Rebuke.
The Premier League, like moving across England, correct me if I'm wrong, but they rarely take flights. It's mostly on a coach, right? Driving the length of that's the length, right? The length of the country, it probably takes the same time as taking a flight across Europe, right? Because planes are faster than buses. In case you didn't know, planes are faster than buses. So I understand that yes, you may have to go to Turkey to play a match, whatever. But a flight from London to Turkey, I don't think it's more than 2 hours. But a coach from London to Newcastle is longer than 2 hours.
So what happened to ever hear that? They just took the coach all the way from Newcastle. They're going to be there.
They've been doing it.
Exactly. But the flights, there's so much more.
So
than
my point is that the flight is not a good point.
But they make it a point all the time.
Amount of time, or even less time.
They make it a point all the time.
No, it shouldn't be a point because it's less time.
Oh, Zoom.
Remember the
if
time?
It wasn't a point, they won't have
remember
said.
the time Chelsea didn't have a bus or a plane? What happened?
I mean that time.
But I guess
all their money was
Joe
gone.
Lord was also making a point. It's not necessarily just about the flight, about going to a different home ground that you're not familiar with, a country that you're not familiar with. You know, the league you play, a select maybe 25 teams every year.
It's local.
You understand? But you travel to a place where you're not sure. Like, especially remember this away goal period time. You go to Galatasaray.
Let's say away goes no day. But I said there was some there. Let me just go off topic more. I was at Chelsea and the Frankfurt guys came, bro. The stadium was and we tried they snatched our phone like it was hostile. Like, and so I can't imagine being in their stadium that the Chelsea guys cannot sing like that. Like, imagine it's your first time going to fucking that side of Germany as a black guy, and you know how it is. I wish you.
I can't bet.
Don't do them. Come on, the game.
What was that thing?
Carry on.
I beg you, because if it goes
The
on,
light behind it.
That's what I'm going to do. It's on, don't worry.
I'm worried.
I'm
Where
watching.
are you going?
What was that thing?
Yes.
What's up, bro?
See, Chelsea fans can do that.
Yeah, they do. So you just imagine, and you know, in the European games, that the away teams, you foresee where they will give them some very small,
But they do that in England too.
good, very small section, right? And imagine a whole stadium, and the whole is like 10 times high. England, they don't sing like, they have nice songs that they sing that might get in your head, but I'm talking about like, look at PSG, or when you see those tifos they have, Arsenal have started trying to do those pathetic. Have you seen when you go to Europe and the flares and Charlie, you can say that you did be hard, but in the whole team, how many hard guys would they like that, bro? Like the mental toughness of those away games, far away, bro.
But
I didn't even mention the leggedness, but you brought it up.
But the best teams still win those away games.
Well, we're not talking about the best teams only here. We're talking about the Champions League in general.
As I said earlier, Champions League is only 10 teams that will win it. Like, realistically, will win the Champions League.
Premier League is only 2 or 3. 2 actually.
Nah.
Doesn't that then
Arsenal,
make it doesn't that make it more difficult then? Because if you know that, Charlie, no matter what, it's either Real Madrid, Barcelona,
No, that's having one for like.
Bayern Munich. Like you're saying a 10 teams, I'm probably
At
mentioning.
least at the beginning of the
Yeah.
season, they'll say, okay, these are the top 10 favorites. They'll say maybe the 4 English teams, the Barca and Madrid, the
Maybe one good Italian team for that year,
Bayern.
one PSG, then Bayern. That's probably it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so
really,
you know that
who you see?
no matter, there are very few chances that you, because remember the debate is about which one is difficult to win, not which one is difficult to play. Difficult to win. So it means that these are the clubs that no matter what, you know, whatever you go do.
Yeah, Champions League is like that. No matter what, those are the clubs. That
Yes.
It doesn't go outside.
Doesn't
those
it then
clubs.
make it very difficult to win then?
No.
Because that's always the Champions League.
Okay, so let me give you something. Let me give you. It's Champions.
Yeah, chewing ground.
Anyway, so in the Premier League, like Joe is saying,
One.
no, 3. Every year at the beginning, when people are picking their favorites,
Please don't say Arsenal.
they pick Arsenal.
Oh my
They
God.
pick City. They pick Liverpool. That's all. Everybody else, unfortunately, nobody picks Chelsea. But maybe one day, United.
But why do they keep picking Arsenal?
Why not?
By now we should know they will not win, bro.
Why not?
Oh, because we will know that they will win, bro.
If it was that
Always
easy,
the bridesmaid, never the
if it
bride.
was that easy, as you think it is, or not
I
as
don't think it's
sorry,
easy.
not as difficult
Yes.
as the
I
Premier League,
just think the Champions League is harder to win.
then they would pick more teams. Do you get what I'm saying? It's difficult because it's so hard that only a select few are even considered as able to win. The Champions League is what?
Is this your third
38
point? This your
teams.
third point?
No, that's not my third point. It's a rebuttal.
Okay.
Champions League is what, 38 teams or so. And then we have almost 10 teams that people feel like can win.
Because they are the champions of their leagues.
So that's what I'm saying. Meaning that there is a more level
It's not level.
this thing. Like for the top, the people at the top, it's more like it's harder to choose who win.
Exactly,
Premier
because
League-
it's harder to win.
No. Oh my god.
Thank you for that point.
It's harder to choose who will win because it's easier to win.
No,
There's so much jeopardy.
jeopardy.
Like
That's the wrong way to.
no, as in that's why I brought up the luck points earlier. Like if
I mean chaos. Like
if
you don't know what
yeah,
happens.
you can't tell what's
Exactly,
There's
it's
so
harder.
much. Like it depends on your.
But the
draw.
Premier League is so
It depends-
predictable. We
no.
know that this guy
No,
is
it
going
depends
to
on your
win.
draw and all these things. Like if you have an easy draw, next thing you know you're in the
Because
final.
they are trying to make it hard. That's why they do all that. But the Premier League, we kind of know who's
There's
going
no
to win.
draw. There's no.
Because we
you
know
have
that
to win
people,
your games.
and we know that people
And
who are
the games
capable
are
of
not
that.
easy to win. And those people are only capable because one, they have money, and because of the money, they have the best
But
players.
the money
They
has
have the
leveled
best
the
facilities.
playing because everybody has money now.
And so if it's level the playing field, it means that every game is now difficult.
But we still know
Because
who
it's
will win
level.
at the end.
Because at the end of the day, they are still. Charlie, what's wrong with this guy?
But we know who will win.
points for you.
But we know who will win.
But the Champions League, we also know who will win.
Who?
One of the teams that we mentioned.
Me, I can tell you that Man City will win unless they don't try. But if they try, they will win. That's how it goes.
So you Real Madrid will win the Champions
No.
League unless they don't try.
They just score them and
Okay,
they play they play their best football. They try their hardest. And it's not
that?
I know. I'm defending it.
No, you said unless they don't try.
Yeah.
That's everybody there.
No, Real Madrid tried their hardest and they went home.
Man City also tried the hardest. They went to win the Champions League.
Exactly. I'm talking about Premier League.
I was talking about Champions
So
League.
Premier League, if Man City just do their best right now, they go win. But
Real
Arsenal,
Madrid also do their best to win.
no.
As they
Bayern
won
Munich
15
scored them.
15 times.
Bayern Munich scored them just
happens.
last week. No, they tried their
West
best.
Ham scored Man City just.
They weren't
last
trying
month.
their best. Man City were not trying
They
their
were.
best. No.
Okay, so your fair points.
Thank you.
And my third point
We all
is.
see who's winning this now.
My third point is. Actually, I've even forgotten my third point. Hold on.
To make notes.
Some last minute notes.
Don't
Threw me
worry.
off. Okay, yes. The kind of squad depth you need to even compete in the Premier League is off the charts, right? Because, like I was saying earlier, it's a long season. Every
Why
game
do
is
why do you
intense.
need the squad? Dude?
Because it's a long season, and every game
Only
is
in the
intense.
Premier
The Lord
League.
let him finish his point.
Sorry.
Why is it like that?
Sorry. Thank you.
It's a long season, and you're playing multiple competitions. And like I said, every game, especially when it gets to some points of the season, every game is a final. It gets at this point, everybody has to win every game. Chelsea has to win every game. Liverpool has to win every game. Arsenal has to win every game. City has to win every game. Man, you then inside small. But like every game is a final. You have to win. And so when you get to this point and you don't have the squad depth, your right wingers Achilles come to tear, and you're playing Madueke on the right. If you don't have the right squad depth, I'm sorry, you are never going to win this thing. And you see, my points are all connected. You see, this is how you know. This is how you do the very beautiful debates.
They're all wrong, though.
They're all connected. So,
But they are not strong.
it's connected to point 2. If you don't have the money, how do you build that squad depth? The
From
season
the
is
academy.
long. The season
A
is
lot
long.
of people did it.
If you, Charlie, why? The
I'm
season
listening.
is long. If you don't have the right squad depth, you cannot compete for the whole season from August to May. So my third point is because of the intensity of the league, the most intense league, like we said earlier, most intense league in the world. Every game is difficult. After April, every game is a final for most teams. The teams at the relegation, the teams there's no relegation in Champions League. The teams in the middle, the teams at the top. Every game is a final. Everybody wants to win. You cannot just turn up to Bournemouth and score them. You cannot just turn up to West Ham because West Ham, they need to win to stay up. Burnley, they are going now, but they want to go out with some pride. That okay, I scored these guys. Everybody's trying to win, so there's nowhere that you go at this point in the season where it's easy. And because of the squad depth thing, at this point everybody's dealing with injuries. Everybody has injured players. So if you don't have the squad depth, I'm so sorry, but you cannot do it here. This is not a league for you. Maybe go to the Champions
Cannot
League.
do it here.
Maybe go to the Champions League.
Joe.
Thank you, accurate timekeeper. All I want to say is that you said every game is a final. Getting to the end. In the Champions League, guess what? If you lose, have to say bye bye. Like you are going home. There's no hope. No, we won't say oh, that was my first win. Also connected, you see. You see, it's connected. My first win. You can lose the first 10 matches safe. If you come back strong and win your next 20 games,
Like what City is
you
doing.
can probably actually win the Premier League even, depending on how the other teams are doing.
fight
But in the Champions League, if you lose,
from the get-go.
No. I have to disagree here.
I'll give you a chance. Even though it's my time. Talk.
I have to disagree because of this league phase. Let's use PSG last season as an example.
But let me
First
just
half
see.
of the league phase. I think they were like 16th or something. They were down there. It was that one match against City that sparked the change, and he went on to win the Champions League. So I can't agree with your point. I get you that in the knockout phase, of course, if you lose, you're out. I mean, it's a knockout competition,
Yes.
just like the
So
FA
I think
Cup.
you've rebutted yourself.
Just like the FA Cup. So I wouldn't say the FA Cup is harder than.
But I'm not talking about Africa.
As an example, knockout competition, because it's a knockout doesn't mean it's this thing.
Thank you.
Harder.
All I'm trying to say is that you are the one who said that if you every game is a final or anything, but there's enough time to recover to even reach the part where how isn't it true? City literally are doing it right now.
But the only reason you can recover is
They have a lot of games to play.
is because
If the only
there's so
8
many
matches,
moving parts. And that's another reason why it's so difficult. If City, let's say City won their last 20 games, but if Arsenal also had sense to also win their last 20 games, whether you win
so
20,
you don't have sense of.
they don't have sense. Arsenal don't have sense, unfortunately. But
No, but obviously to win my 20 games, some people will have to what? Lose. But in the Champions League again, not everybody will play. You won't get a chance to play this guy and play that guy that easy. You get some fixtures. This is it. These are your fixtures. Even though it's a group, it's a league phase. These are your matches. These are your matches. These are your matches. Win or sorry. Like there's no chance to say that team way those guys score away, then go take out my point. I go score them. Then those moving parts you're talking about. In the Champions League, there's nothing. We win or you're home. And thank you for also saying it's not a league thing. The league we just brought it now because people stopped watching Champions League, the group stage. Me honestly, for the last 6-7 years, I didn't watch the group stage. When it reaches maybe like 40 and it's exciting. But now with this new league, at least it's interesting to see what's going on before they go. And the matches too are all blockbuster, making it even harder to even qualify, or supposed to be harder. So there's your rebuttal there.
Then your last
And my
one.
third point, which I now understand, it's also connected. even though I mean it was harder, or I don't know, you can debate whether it was harder or not without the away goals, but it's the same knockout points. Like you travel far, you go there. Like if you lose the game, there's no we'll come back and as you fight tomorrow. There's nothing like that. Like at least the Champions League is 2 legs. So let's say you say I go try win, but if you lose 4-0, unless you're Liverpool.
But Bodo, Sporting needs Bodo.
But that was the second leg at the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're saying that like it's over.
No, but like the match, like it's
More
not.
often than not, it's over.
And you only have one other game. In the Premier League, I said you can lose. You can start very slow. Your striker won't score. You can start with some 4 or 5. But look at Liverpool say you can start very well with the 5 wins. If you slack, you won't
Making
win.
my point. Making my point.
All I'm trying to say is that listen. All I'm trying to say is that in the Champions League there are not that many games. What I was trying to say for the Liverpool is that the other people who didn't start as well as Liverpool were able to come and overtake them and do well because there were so many games.
But don't you think having more games is more difficult?
No.
Because you see the thing about having more games is statistics. You
Thank you.
remove the chaff. You get what I'm
No,
saying?
but it also gives you a
Because-
statistically better chance to make up any mistakes you had. Because even Liverpool, again, we had such a bad run for some period. I thought we were not going to play in Champions League, but we came back from the international break, won a few games. Here we are again. Even Spurs, they don't think they are going for relegation. Can you imagine? Because they know that some 5 games they go feed do something. No, I mean they might be scared in their hearts, but the belief in their mind is that there's no way we are going on. We have 5 matches left. We go feed score whoever and go.
And that's why you see Spurs have lost. I think since this year they
They
haven't
haven't
won
won,
a
yes,
game.
yes.
Why? Because nobody they give chance.
But in the same vein, in the last 5 games, like some teams can be doomed for relegation. Like it's done. Then great escape. Why? Then go get some manager. 1 goal project. With the win, defend. We are getting the points we need. They won't go on the relegation.
But
West Ham is famous for that.
wait, what's that got to do with how hard it is to win the Premier League?
No, I'm saying it's easier to make up the time because there are more games. You're asking about the more games. That's what I'm saying.
My point is with the more games. I was trying to make the point. When you have more games, it's like you can't sneak through and win the Premier League. You have to actually play well. In the Champions League, you can. If the draw is favorable and you just do like this, look
But
at
you
what
still have to
Arsenal
play
is
at the
doing.
end. But at the end of the day, now you have to actually play at Let's Go and actually score them. The luck will run out of
Arsenal scored Atletico in the league phase.
Okay.
4-0.
Now this is the time.
If Arsenal continue that form and they beat Atletico and they are in the final, and you look at what Bayern had to go through, assuming Bayern gets to the final, they had to beat Madrid. Who did they play before Madrid? They played some other interesting game, Atalanta or something. Atalanta,
That's the
Madrid,
interesting game.
and then now PSG. Now Arsenal have gotten there by beating Sporting. Who was it? Some guys.
But you still have to play.
You have to play at Let's Go.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, like, you still have to get it, but it's like what Chelsea did in the Club World Cup. Some
But they have to
some
beat
close
PSG.
games. But at the end of the day, yes. But my point is, at the end of the day, if you look like you line up the teams that Bayern played and the teams that Arsenal played, let's say if Arsenal win the thing, you'll be like, actually Arsenal they passed it, and then they got to the final and they won. Or Bayern try you, they beat it. So like your path can be so difficult, and your path can be so easy.
Not so easy. Easier than the other side.
It's so easy. Arsenal's path has been easy.
Okay.
Like the variable.
So if that's the case, 2 teams that you guys mentioned just jumped to my mind: Atletico Madrid and Manchester City. Manchester City has won almost most of the leagues in the past 10 years.
Yep. Only Liverpool stuff.
And it took a while for them to eventually win the Champions
Because
League.
that's what I'm saying. Because
Thank you.
Isn't it more difficult then?
No, they're having unfavorable draws.
Do you
But
think
that's
because
how
of
the
the
league
draws?
is.
If you have a favorable draw,
But draw is part of the league.
no. If you have a favorable
But
draw,
on that point, they used to play Shakhtar Donetsk every year. They used to play
but they're not playing those guys in the knockout.
no round of 16. They always give them some.
But they were not going out to those guys. They went out to Monaco.
Because at the end of the day, You have to play a real team.
Yeah, you
Like,
meet
you
the
can never
best
say,
of the best from the other.
you coast all the way. There's no
You
coasting
meet
all
the
way.
best of the best eventually,
You actually
which
have
makes
to
the
go
champ.
final,
Because
yes.
I think we poo tournaments way too much because we think there are a few games, right? But
It's meant
at
to
the end of the
be
day,
fantastic.
you know that you have very few chances, and you are playing the best of the best when it counts.
In
the
their
most.
far away
this
place,
guy-
and
this
there's
guy-
mental pressure.
This guy, Simeone, like in the press conference recently, when Griezmann said he's leaving at the end of the season, he's like, we have 5. This is before the Barca tie. So we have 5 games to win the Champions League before you leave. And I'm just sitting there like, 5 games. Right now, Arsenal has 5 games to finish the season, the Premier League season. Like,
It's not the
just
same kind
5
of 5
games.
games. It's not just 5 games.
It's
bro.
just 5 games.
No.
If you break it down, at the end of the day, it's 5 90 minutes games.
No.
Yes.
It's a whole different match going on a second leg in the Champions League semi-final.
Going to Camp Nou.
Hey! On that night, you see the even when you are traveling that day on the Charlie,
I mean,
you see pressure adds a layer
of
of the
difficulty,
thing.
I
yeah.
see that there's definitely more prestige, and maybe on the day the players
The nerves and
come
pressure.
to their head and things. Some of their
It's part.
But at the end of the day,
It's harder, higher stakes.
at the end of the day, the Premier League is just more just on the physical side. As a like maybe mentally, yes, you know, it's 38 games. Yeah, we have time. Maybe we can.
I think
recover.
50% of the game is mental, though.
Yes, so mentally, but that's what I'm saying. The Premier League is also very mental. Like it's such
More
it's a
physical.
marathon. Like if you yourself, like if you are running today, if I say let's run 5K or let's run 100 meters, I'm sure I know which one you choose.
No,
Like,
but 100 meters, you run against the same boat. Or 5K with
which
Zoo.
goals?
Why would you run 5K with Zoo? Oh, yeah, 100 meters, the same boat. You can run 5K with Zoo, okay, use Roberts thing.
Oh, yeah,
100 meters with Roberts. Or 5K with Zoo. Which one you go to? Is it?
Kipchoge. Man City is Kipchoge.
Who's that guy from the movie? Kelvin Taki.
Dead.
My point is, you're going against in each competition. You're going against some of the best teams in the world, right? So, regardless, when it's a marathon,
Let me just
it's
add this
harder
one.
than a sprint.
Let me add this one I just thought about. You see, at the end of the Premier League, if you are going to win, they are going for the title. Your round of games might be like some guys who are not really playing for anything now. They are safe.
Like who?
Like maybe Fulham, they've qualified, or maybe they finished and they know there's no Europa.
Whatever happens.
Relax. There's no Europa to qualify for. They are not going to get relegated. I need the 3 points to win the league, and I have 3 games. Like I want to more. But the Champions League, when it gets to semi-final,
Those are the games.
final.
Those are the games.
Everybody wants it the same way.
No, those are the games that you. That's how Arsenal lost to Bournemouth. Bournemouth are safe. Like they are not getting relegated. The only thing maybe they want to enter Europe, so they have something
Exactly.
for. But most
I'm
teams
talking
don't have
about a
that.
dead team that has nothing to play
But those
for.
are the interestingly, those are the ones that they
Not all the
experience.
time.
A lot of the time.
No, not a lot of
A
the
lot of
time.
the time.
Where do you put that starter?
It's where you put us that.
So
Because
now
that's
this is where we're closer. You guys should give us the verdict. Let's
The
keep
Champions League is
conversation
way
going.
harder.
Is Champions League more difficult to win than the Premier League, or you think the Premier League is more difficult to win than the Champions League? Zoo here was for the Premier League. Joe Lord for the Premier League. Let us know your
Only
thoughts.
one Champions
This
League.
is Sulia.
Arsenal, 0.
If you like what you watched, like this
Comment.
video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Sulia Show.
Sulia.
Buy Jesus.
Sulia